Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on Sunday, May 7, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and to push the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also check out our Patreon if you want access to our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money, and if you are interested in props and parlay picks, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link to our Patreon and to our new channel in the description and comments section below. Texas Rangers vs Los Angeles Angels. The Texas Rangers are tied for fourth in the majors with the Los Angeles Dodgers, as they have a .786 team ops while averaging 6.29 runs per game right now. They have been doing this without being threatened to steal bases, as they are 27th in MLB with 16 stolen bases. Catcher Jonah Heim has been clicking at the plate, as he has a .951 ops with 6 home runs, 23 RBI, 18 runs scored, and a stolen base without being caught. The Los Angeles Angels have been doing a pretty solid job at the plate as a team, as they are 9th in MLB with a .755 ops while averaging 5.3 runs per game thus far. The lineup has been doing well in the power department, as they are 6th in the sport with 44 total home runs hit. Center fielder Mike Trout has been hitting incredibly well, as he has a .976 ops with 8 home runs, 20 RBI, and 23 runs scored up to this point. There is a massive difference in terms of the team's bullpen ERA, as Los Angeles is second with a 2.85 reliever ERA, while Texas is 18th with a 3.89 bullpen ERA up to this point. The Angels have been on fire as of late, as they have a team batting average of .288 in the last 15 days, second in MLB, while the Rangers are at a .276 team batting average, fourth in baseball, in that span. The Angels have won each of the previous 4 games against the Rangers, so go with the Los Angeles Angels to win here. Take Los Angeles Angels. Both starting pitchers have great career numbers against the opposing team, as Martin Perez is 8-6 with a 3.87 ERA in 23 appearances, while Jose Suarez is 3-0 with a 3.23 ERA in 6 outings. These teams have not been very active on the basepaths this season, as the Angels are 28th with 14 stolen bases, while the Rangers are 27th with 16 stolen bases. The under has hit in 4 of the last 5 games against each other in Angel Stadium, so go with under 9.5 runs in this game. Chicago White Sox vs Cincinnati Reds. Chicago enters this game coming off a series win against the Twins in their previous series, and having split the first 2 games of their current series against the Reds. In their most recent 5-3 loss against the Reds, Mike Clevinger got the start in the loss for the Sox, tossing 6 innings and allowing 6 hits that resulted in 4 earned runs, while striking out 7. From then on, it was a bullpen game for the Reds, with Santos allowing another run in the 7th and Colum tossing the last inning for the Sox. On the offensive end, the White Sox totaled 8 hits and 3 runs. Luis Robert Jr. had the only multi-hit game for the Sox, going 2-2 with a run scored. Other than that, Alberto and Zavala both hit solo home runs in the 2nd and 4th innings respectively. Overall, the White Sox were unable to come back from their early 4-run deficit. Cincinnati enters this game coming off a series loss on the road against the Padres, and having split the first 2 games of their current series at home against the White Sox. In their most recent 5-3 win against the White Sox, Nick Lodolo got the start for the Reds and tossed 3.2 innings, allowing 6 hits that resulted in 3 earned runs, while striking out 3. From the on, it was a bullpen game for the Reds, with Derek Law getting the win, Ian Gibaut getting the hold, and Alexis Diaz getting the save. On the offensive end, the Reds totaled 8 hits and 5 runs. There were a couple of multi-hit games for the Reds, with Jonathan India going 3-3 with 3 runs scored, while TJ Friedl went 2-4 with a run scored and 4 RBIs. Overall, it was a good win for the Reds, as they performed well on both offense and defense. Taking the Reds to win this game for a couple of reasons. The Reds are coming off a win last night to even up the series and have more momentum heading into Game 3 than their opponent. The Reds also have a considerable edge in terms of starting pitching, with Graham Ashcraft getting the start versus Michael Kopech. Ashcraft has posted a 2.00 ERA and a 1.17 WHIP in his first 5 games, while Kopech has posted a 5.97 ERA and a 1.58 WHIP in his first 5 starts. The Reds have also found more success at the plate as of late, and overall in terms of consistency when compared to the White Sox. In terms of trends, the White Sox are 1-8 in their last 9 road games, are 0-5 in their past 5 road games with a total set over 9, and have gone 0-4 in their past 4 starts with Kopech on 4 days rest. Meanwhile, the Reds are 4-0 in Ashcraft's past 4 Sunday starts. For these reasons, I am confident in taking the Reds to win this game. Cincinnati Reds money line. taking the under in this matchup for a couple of reasons. This line is set at 9.5 and feels a little bit too high initially. We have a solid pitching matchup with Michael Kopech and Graham Ashcraft, who are both coming off good performances in their previous starts. Kopech tossed 6 innings and allowed only 1 run in his most recent start against the Twins, while Ashcraft has posted a 2.00 ERA and a 1.17 WHIP in his first 5 starts. These teams have also gone under this total in their first 2 games of the series, and from the looks of it, they do not seem very intent on going over. In terms of trends, the White Sox have gone under in 7 of Kopech's past 8 starts with 4 days rest, and when these teams have faced off in the past, they have gone under in 4 of their past 5 meetings overall. For these reasons, I am confident in taking the under in this matchup. Under 9.5 runs. Houston Astros vs Seattle Mariners. The Astros had only 7 hits in Friday's series opener, but still managed to push 6 runs across to halt a 2-game losing streak. Going into Saturday, they had gone 3-4 over their last 7 games. Yordan Alvarez hit a 3-run homer on Friday. The Astros DH has hit safely in 3 straight games and 8 of his last 9. He has 3 home runs and 9 RBIs in that stretch, and his 7 long balls lead the club. Overall, they have hit 30 as a team through 32 games, the 4th fewest in the American League. Despite that, they have plated 143 runs, the 8th best in the league. Bryce Miller was a beast in his MLB debut on Tuesday and definitely gave Mariners fans hope that another big, young arm has entered the building. Keep in mind, however, that he was facing Oakland in that game, and the A's are the worst team in baseball over the first month plus of the season. The Astros lineup is a far different beast and surprisingly deep even in the face of losing big pieces. Alvarez is a Mariner killer, hitting .304 with 12 home runs and 50 RBIs lifetime against them. Surely, he's like to give Miller a more formal welcome to the show. After Friday's loss, Seattle was 1-6 in their last 7 games against a team with a winning record. Houston is 37-18 in the last 55 meetings in Seattle. Take the Astros on the money line. This is the total which was placed on the first game in this series, and they put up 10 runs combined. That put the over at 10-2 in the Astros' last 12 games against a team with a losing record. Despite who wins on Saturday, that will again be the case on Sunday. The over is also 6-1 in the Mariners' last 7 Sunday games, per Covers.com, and they put up 10 runs in their last Sunday tilt. Seattle's offense has averaged 5.6 runs per game over their last 5, so scoring is up for them, even if the offense still looks anemic at times. This is just the second big league appearance for both starters this season, so they can both be had if they are off by an inch one way or the other. Take the over 8.5 runs. Washington Nationals vs Arizona Diamondbacks. Trevor Williams is expected to get the nod for the finale of this series with the Diamondbacks. He did not factor into the decision in Tuesday's 4-1 win over the Cubs, allowing 4 hits and a walk over 5.1 scoreless innings. He struck out 4 in the impressive outing. The right-hander produced his best start so far in 2023, tossing 55 of 87 pitches for strikes according to Yahoo.com, and exiting with the Nationals ahead 1-0, but his second win of the year got taken away when the Cubs tied it up in the top of the 7th. Williams will take a solid 3.41 ERA and 1.23 WHIP into this game against the Diamondbacks. Arizona will go with rookie right-hander Ryan Nelson in the finale of this series, making his 7th start of the year. He took the loss last Sunday, allowing 6 runs on 9 hits and 1 walk over 4 innings against Colorado. He struck out 2 in the tough outing at Coors Field. Nelson struggled with the conditions, giving up 3 extra base hits in 4 innings of action, including a 3-run shot by C.J. Cron in the 3rd inning. Considering Nelson has failed to surpass 4 strikeouts in a start this season, while also giving up 5 home runs in 6 starts, he remains in peril in the rotation, but the leash will be long for the youngster. He has a great chance at improving his 6.39 ERA and 1.52 WHIP in this matchup against one of the weaker offenses in the National League. Arizona will go with rookie righty Ryan Nelson in the finale of this series, making his 7th start of the year. He took the loss last Sunday, allowing 6 runs on 9 hits and 1 walk over 4 innings against Colorado. He struck out 2 in the tough outing at Coors Field. Seemingly everyone gets humbled at some point pitching at Coors, but the youngster has a good shot to improve upon his 6.39 ERA with this matchup against the Nationals. Offensively, they have been relatively stagnant, hitting the 2nd fewest home runs in the majors and the 2nd lowest slugging percentage. Look for Nelson to deliver 5 innings of 1 or 2-run baseball and the Diamondbacks to put up a big number in the series finale. Take Arizona by 2 or more. Trevor Williams will get the start for Washington, a journeyman that has pitched well this season for the rebuilding Nationals. They come into this series well below the .500 mark, but they are 13th in team ERA and 14th in home runs allowed. Typically, they are at the bottom in those metrics this far into the season, but they have pitched well. Arizona has the 5th highest team batting average and hit .267 with 19 home runs this season when facing right-handed pitching. This will be a high-scoring game, and although I expect Nelson to pitch well against a mediocre Nationals offense, as long as they register a few runs this game will go over the projected total. Take the over. Los Angeles Dodgers vs San Diego Padres. Southpaw Julio Urias will toe the rubber for Los Angeles in the final game of the set. He recorded a season-high 10 strikeouts over 7 innings on Tuesday in a win over the Phillies. Urias notched the 7th double-digit strikeout effort of his career and limited the Phillies to just 1 run on 1 hit and 1 walk over 7 frames. He set down 10 in a row to open the contest before coughing up a 4th-inning solo shot to former teammate Tree Turner, which accounted for all of the damage against him. It was an impressive performance for the 26-year-old left-hander after giving up at least 5 runs in each of his last 2 outings. Joe Musgrove will take the mound for the Padres in the finale of this series with the Dodgers. He had his prior start pushed up to this one after he was dealing with a blister. The Padres want to give Musgrove a few extra days to allow the blister to heal completely. He was supposed to pitch for the Padres on Friday evening, but they went with Darvish instead, opening the door for Musgrove to pitch on Sunday Night Baseball. Musgrove struggled in his previous outing and lasted only 3.1 innings, though it's unclear if that was caused by the injury. He gave up 7 runs in 3 1/3 innings Saturday, but that was in the high altitude of Mexico City, so that start can be taken with a grain of salt. He comes in with a bloated 10.80 ERA after 2 starts. Joe Musgrove will take the mound for the Padres in the finale of this series with the Dodgers. He has a bloated 10+ ERA, but that was due to a start in Mexico City, where the baseball was flying no matter who was tossing pitches. Just like the Dodgers, the Padres have been hovering 3 to 4 games above the .500 mark and will be in a battle with Los Angeles for the NL West crown. These games are a bit more important than your typical regular season showdown, and you can expect both clubs to play with an edge. I like Musgrove to outduel Urias here in a big bounce back after he was shelled in Mexico. Entering play Saturday afternoon, the Padres have won 6 of their last 7 home games. Take San Diego money line. Julio Urias had a nice response after he was brutalized 2 weeks ago against the Pirates, firing 10 strikeouts in a win over the Phillies last week. It was an impressive performance for the 26-year-old left-hander after giving up at least 5 runs in each of his last 2 outings. He will carry a 3.86 ERA, 1.11 WHIP, and 45/8 KBB ratio across 39 2/3 innings, 7 starts, into this important matchup against the Padres. I expect both pitchers to deliver a gem, as is the norm in these types of low-scoring divisional games. The total number has gone under in 4 of San Diego's last 5 games and 5 of 6 at home against the Dodgers. Take the under here.